How is everybody doing? Good afternoon. Let's just move a little bit before everybody coming in. Who do we have here? Let me check. I have a computer over here. Nicole, Wendy, Eva, Rebecca, Ari, Angela, welcome. Well, welcome. It's Thursday, July 13th. It's a beautiful New England kind of muggy day and my hair is all over the place. But I am excited to spend the next 45, 60 minutes with you answering your questions about what TEDx is, what TEDx is not, and how you get on a TEDx stage. So let's get started. Yeah, we have Jessica Campos on the line. She's going to help me manage the group. If you guys have questions, she's going to help me manage all the questions. But today we're going to talk about you. We're going to talk about the change maker. And I'm going to introduce this concept, the ideapreneur. And as many of you know, my name is Dolores Hirschmann. I am the founder of Masters in Clarity. I run one of the biggest TEDx events here in New England. And I have been doing this for about 6 years. And many of you know that this is the last time I'm running this webinar. Jessica and I have been doing this webinar for a year. And we've had great results. And I can't wait to tell you all the stories that we've collected through the year, but I'm actually going to reformulate this program. And so today is the last time I'm going to do this webinar, and I'm going to tell you about my program, and this is the last time I'm going to offer it. So I am super excited to tell you about what's cooking and how you can get your message to spread its wing. So before we get started, yes, I want to see who is here and where they are calling in from. So Anita from Texas, welcome. Who else? We have Kelly from Chicago. Welcome. Jerry, where are you calling from? I see that we have Ingrid from New York or New Jersey. Pamela, I talked with you yesterday, right, Pamela? I have Reginald. Yay, Reginald and I chatted this morning. Wendy from New Jersey, Karen from New Hampshire, Ari from New York. Welcome, Ari. So I'm going to get started with my presentation. Just so you know, Jessica, Reginald from DC, welcome. Jessica is here. If you need anything, if your volume is not working or your video or your anything, just tag Jessica and she will help you. Jerry from Woodland Park, Colorado. Okay, I think that's where I want to go visit when in the winter so we can ski. Okay, so let me share my screen and we're going to get started. From a TEDx stage. As I said before, as a TEDx organizer, I see lots of applications every year that do not make it through the creating process for a simple lack of clarity or on ways to communicate what they want to share. It's about the positioning. These are ideas that need to be heard, that the world actually needs. So if you're on this webinar today, you probably are either wondering about speaking as a way to move your message forward, or maybe you're wondering, are you ready for a stage, any stage? Or maybe you're wondering, how can speaking, especially on a TEDx stage, help you grow your business? But let me ask you, you tell me, what are you looking to get out of this webinar? And please type it on the chat. What kind of work do you do, and what are you looking to learn today with me? Jody, hi, hot stuff. Okay, so tell me on the chat as I continue, because I want to hear from you what you want to get out of the next 45, 60 minutes. And I'll be reading the comments on my side computer as we go, so no problem there. So great, let's review the agenda for today. I'm going to start by telling you a little bit about me and how I arrived to where I am today. Then I'll jump right into what you're looking to learn. And as promised in the invitation, I'll also give you a chance to ask any questions you might have. And I will stay with you until all questions are answered. So let's get started. My name is Dolores Hirschmann, and many of you might already be wondering where is my accent from. I'm originally from Buenos Aires, Argentina, and I've been in the US, here in Massachusetts, for the last 20 years. Actually, next week, July 19, I'm celebrating my 20th wedding anniversary. So I actually celebrate, next week is kind of a whopper. I have, on July 18, I turned 45. On July 19, it's my 20th wedding anniversary. And on July 21st, Friday, is my daughter's 16th birthday. So it's kind of one of those crazy, crazy weeks. But anyway, I have been here for 20 years. And together with my husband, we have 4 children, ages 11 to 17. I have spent all my life living at the edge of my comfort zone. Literally. As I was preparing for this presentation, I wanted to share a picture that showed a bit of my spirit. That picture that you see there was taken in 1996 in Sabah, Insular Malaysia, where I spent 3 months doing community work, living in the jungle in a hammock between 2 trees. I left my cozy home in Argentina to explore my own mental and physical boundaries. And trust me, I found them. And I even quickly stretched beyond them. You see, much as I don't like discomfort any more than you do, growth happens when we challenge ourselves. Growth happens for myself when I move beyond what I think is possible. This actually is the spirit of the people that I work with as well. They're willing to go beyond their comfort zone in service of their ideas, the message that they bring to the world. And it actually is the spirit that led me in 2012 to explore bringing the TED Talk experience to my community, to becoming a TEDx organizer. So who here is a TED fan? That's kind of an obvious question. And type on the chat, what is your favorite talk of all times? Kelly's an author. Jody, where my mission, my book, and my TEDx talk is interesting. Jody, brilliant. I can definitely help you with that. Nicole, for visibility, expert status, and business building. Absolutely, this is a place to be. Who else? I'm an activist for those with MS. I beat MS naturally, and I want to bring that message to the platform. Brilliant. Therapist, money and mindset coach. Okay, so you guys are all in the right place. Brené Brown, yes, on vulnerability. I love that one. One of my favorite ones is Simon Sinek's, the one that inspired the book Start With Why. So as I was saying, today I lead and curate one of the largest TEDx events between Boston and Providence, Rhode Island, with over 1,000 people in attendance, and we're going for our 3rd year in 2017. This is the spirit that also led me in many adventures. I've started and pitched over 5 companies. I've gone back to school in my 30s to study coaching. I've coached over 50 speakers on the TED speaking format in 2017 alone. I've written 2 books. I've organized 3 TEDx events, and the last 2, the 3rd one in the works, with over 1,000 people in attendance. I have attended 3 official TED conferences, and I also worked with over 100 businesses in helping them clarify their ideas and take them from idea to manifesting the impact they were set to accomplish. But also, I mentor for incubators across the world, and I have become a judge for Startup Weekend. It's in the work as mentor, judge, and curator that I truly connected with my calling. I am passionate about ideas. I am passionate about creating, clarifying, strategizing, and making reality ideas that have a positive impact in the world. I have even come up with the term ideapreneur. And type me if you identify with the concept of ideapreneur. Ideapreneur is an entrepreneur that is not just committing to a project or a business. It is actually committing to an idea, a philosophy, a way of changing the world, and the how might change with time, but the spirit never does. They commit to their ideas 100%. These ideas have hunted them down until they finally said yes, and rolled up their sleeves. I love that you guys are sharing. Keep on connecting. In this work as curator and mentor and judge is also where I learned that the challenge that many ideapreneurs have when looking to communicate their ideas. I recently was a judge for a startup weekend. And for those who are not familiar with that model, this is a model that brings people together. They select top ideas. There's a team that builds around that idea, usually a team of strangers they've never met before. And between Friday and Sunday, they get ready to pitch their ideas. So during this final pitch contest, where the teams present their ideas and their business plan, I came to realize that in many, many situations like this, the winner is not necessarily the best idea, but the team that can better communicate their idea. And that day was no different. The winner had a good idea, but it was not the best idea. There were one or two other ideas that had the potential to have a higher positive impact in our lives, but those ideas did not win. They did not go to the second round, nor did they get the funding that they needed. They were not communicated properly. I see this all the time in the curating process when we're choosing TEDx speakers for our event. With over 200 applications for 16 slots, volunteer, yes, everything okay? Is everything okay with audio visual? Can you unmute Jessica? Tell me what's going on. Yes, what's going on? You identified that. Awesome. Can everybody hear me?
No se ve.
Can you see the slide deck? Okay, let me refresh the slide deck. Hold on, guys. Let me just go here. I'm going to go back to, can you see me? Hey, yes, hearing you fine. No, now, can you see me? Yes, I can hear, but I can't see you. No slides, no slide. Yes, we can hear you, but no slide deck. Okay, deck. Okay, let's catch up. Can you see me? Yes, we can see you. Okay, now let's see if you now can see my decks. Okay, let's try that again. Can you see the deck now? Yes or no? Yes. Did you guys miss the photo of me in the jungle? Let me go back. I want to show you the photo of me in the jungle. I told you the story. Now, can you see the photo of me in the jungle? Awesome. Now, let me go back. Awesome. Sorry about that, guys. Thank you for telling me. Okay, so as I was saying, with over 200 applications for 16 slots, volunteer curators need to move quickly through the candidates. And many times, there are speakers that while they can have a good idea, their application does not make them justice. Let me ask you here in the group, who has ever applied to TEDx and was not selected? Say me if that was you. So if you ever apply for a TEDx, so even when we select them for a first round of interviews and we get them on the phone, and by the way, here's a tip, if you ever get to interview for a TEDx spot, the first thing a curator will ask you is to please state your idea in 6 words or a short sentence. Usually when I ask these questions, I typically get a long pause before the prospect can organize their thoughts and try to state their idea in a clear and concise way. It actually takes a lot of clarity to be brief, to the point, and succinct. It actually is because of this that I'm here today talking about clarity. I'm in a quest to help ideapreneurs get the resources, the platform, and the momentum they need to have their idea impact the world. I'm actually taking a stand for you, the change maker. I believe that every idea deserves a platform, the opportunity to share it with the world and create an impact. That's why I help ideapreneurs clarify, craft, and pitch their ideas worth sharing. And let me talk to you about Dr. O'Keefe. Yes, Kelly, 6 words. It's crazy. So for this, I've created a program that holds the ideapreneur's hand and leads them through the process of clarifying, crafting, and pitching their ideas. This program works. Take, for example, Dr. O'Keefe. Dr. O'Keefe, who is actually, he's alive and kicking, a well-established cardiologist, author, he's ranked America's top doctor, and he's also a seasoned TEDx speaker. He spoke at a TEDx event a few years ago, with his talk having been viewed by over 400,000 viewers. So he comes to me, and you might think he probably did not need my help at all. Well, he came to me because he had a new idea he wanted to share with the world. And it was an idea that it was aligned with his professional background, but it was very personable and very close to his heart. Through our work together, we designed a pitch that would allow him to present his idea to potential events. To be honest, when he first came to me, I thought to myself, his topic is too risky. I doubt that a curating team will select him. But with the right positioning, we were able to get him selected to speak at an event. And within 4 months of his talk going live, his talk has now been viewed over 850,000 times. Jessica, just type that in. And so his goal was to bring a conversation into the world. And trust me, with over 800,000 people talking about it, he accomplished his job. Now, here's Kim Fuller. Kim is an author, mindset teacher, and photographer. And Jody, this is for you. If you're looking to align your speaking, your writing, and your work, Kim, this is what we did with Kim. Kim wanted to combine her skills as a photographer, her personal story of adoption, and the work that she does as a mindset teacher into a talk that would inspire, instruct, and activate their audience. Within a few weeks of working together, Kim not only was able to craft her talk and get a standing ovation, her talk became the driver for her next book tour and the growth of her business. She actually said that after going through a process of clarifying her idea was sharing and preparing for the talk, she realized how much that process in itself, independent of the stage, was critical to the growth of her business. Every entrepreneur should write their TED Talk, whether they will ever deliver it or not. She told me that. So you must be thinking, what's the secret, right? Well, let me share 5 strategies that will help you begin the journey towards a TEDx stage. Let's start with strategy number 1, clarity. Clarify your idea worth sharing. As I mentioned earlier, clarity in your idea is key to moving your message forward. Let me give you an example. Many of you are familiar with Simon Sinek's talk that is not called Start With Why, something else, but that inspired his book, Start With Why. He actually has 2 talks. But in his talk, Simon is looking to answer the following question. What is the fastest way to improve the success of individuals and corporations? He answers with the idea behind his talk to encourage leaders to start with why so that they can inspire others. So the test of fire, when do you know if you're clear enough? Try stating your idea worth sharing in a short sentence or 6 words. When you do that successfully, you actually know you're clear. So let me help you. Let me ask you this. Think of your message. And first of all, think about the question worth asking. What I mean by that is, what is the problem or the question you're trying to resolve? Let's do that first. And then I'm gonna share a formula that I use with my clients that allows you to state your idea in a short sentence or even 6 words. So start posting your question worth asking as I jump to the next strategy, and then we'll post the formula. So actually, Jessica, please post the formula, 2 actions so that outcome, so we can start talking about that. Strategy number 2. Is your idea unique? What do you think? Why are you uniquely positioned to speak about this topic? What stories and experiences bring this idea to life? Don't be afraid to state your idea with friends and colleagues. Here's the thing. Probably many of you are talking about something that a lot of people are out there talking about as well. If that's how you feel, say me. I get this all the time. People come to me and I work with them, and the first iteration of their idea is usually a blanket statement of the work that they do. But it's not, and I'm going to be honest here, it's not specifically unique. Now, the uniqueness comes when you can identify why you are the person to talk about this, especially if you're a coach, consultant, or other type of a service entrepreneur. Making sure your idea is posed in a unique way is imperative. As I tell my clients, there are almost no new ideas out there. Don't get me wrong, you might be brilliant at what you do, but I guess there's a lot of people out there talking about this. And I'll tell you in a minute why that is really good. But let me continue. So your unique perspective and the way you present it is new. So don't ever be shy. Be bold. Stand out. Let the organizers know why you are the one to talk about this. Let me also remind you that having a great story does not mean that you have a great TED Talk. I get that all the time. Stories are not talks, and I'll talk more about that in a minute. But here's the thing about new ideas. Yes, you are uniquely positioned to talk about your idea, and you have to stand out. But the good thing is that if you are talking about something that a lot of people are talking about, that means there's a need for that in the market. And that means that if you believe in your idea for the capacity that it has to better the world, to impact the world, then what better than having a lot of other people helping you? If there's other people going out there helping people with clarity, with business growth, and with TEDx coaching, then please, the more the merrier. I don't see them as competition. I see them that each one of us is uniquely designed to work with someone that energetically matches with us. And so you want to find that person. So if your passion is that your idea impacts the world, then the more people pushing that idea forward, then the more impact we're all going to have. I want to show people how to present without be present without living the process. I love that right now. So what is your reaction to that? What is your reaction to being unique or having competition? I really would love to hear your honest thoughts about that, because I've even personally felt that way sometimes, that sometimes competition takes away the focus. So let's go to strategy number 3. Validate your idea. Well, no, we did that. We're going to go to strategy number 3, which is look. So we're going to move from talking about the clarity and the validation of the idea, and we're going to talk about some application strategies. Let me tell you what TEDx events are. TEDx events are a license granted by TED that allows independent organizers like me from different communities to bring a TED-like experience to their community. These events are organized by volunteers to enrich the places, cities, and towns that they live. So if you are active in your community, please approach organizers and events there first. They are looking to bring to the stage the voices that are making an impact right there in that backyard. I always say start with your community and then branch out from there. Nothing should stop you from applying anywhere in the world. I'm just saying start with your community. Strategy number 4, research. Do your research and align with the theme. Not all TEDx events are created equal. Before applying to speak, make sure you are clear on the theme that the organizers have chosen. Don't force it, but align your idea with the theme if you truly believe that there's a match. Not every event has a theme, but many do. Also, if you have a message that is specifically geared to a particular audience, like youth or women, look for events like TEDx Youth or TEDx Women. And nowadays, TEDx universities are popping up everywhere, and that's another great venue as well. Jody, I'm reading your question there. I'm going to answer I'm going to address that in a minute. So the next step is, last strategy is commit. Fall in love with your idea. Your clarity is part of the process, but committing to roll up your sleeves, to stretch beyond your comfort zone in service of your idea is what will take you the distance. In some ways, curators can smell if someone is looking to stand on a TEDx stage for the prestige and recognition for themselves, or because they're in service of their idea. There's a big difference. Ask yourself that question. Is your idea more important than your fears, your self-doubt, or even your safety zone? But do you really want to know the secret? Connect with your passion and become unstoppable. Connect with your passion for your idea worth sharing and commit to taking it all the way. Why? Because the world cannot wait. Your idea is bigger than everything else that's stopping you. So let's review. First step, clarify your idea worth sharing. Second, validate your idea. Third, begin by looking at local events that happen in your community. Fourth, do your research. Find out the theme of the event. Make sure that your talk aligns with what the organizers are trying to accomplish. And number 5, commit. Become unstoppable. Don't let a no derail you. I had a client who started her application process, and I always say apply to at least 10 events, and hopefully you're going to get selected to one of them. So she had done her homework. She had applied to a few events, and she had gotten a few rejections. And she would email me. Every rejection she got, she would email me and say, I am so frustrated. Until one day, oh, Angela, number 4. Number 4 was align your talk with the theme of the event, if the event has a theme. So one day she got an email and she forwarded me the email saying, I think they made a mistake. Well, they had sent her a yes and she couldn't even see it. So just become unstoppable. Don't take no for an answer. Keep moving forward and applying. You will find your TEDx stage if you do that. So, as I said in the beginning, I am not sure how this webinar called your attention, but one thing I know is that somehow, somewhere, you're curious about what would happen if you dare to bring your message to a larger audience, if you dare to play bigger, and if you dare to become the spokesperson, the cheerleader, the thought leader, the expert, the advocate for your idea. If that's true for you, just say me. So you're probably wondering, which of these strategies can you implement right now? Maybe what has resonated with you is the process of clarifying your idea or the steps to finding and applying to the right stages, or maybe something else I said. You can take these strategies and figure it out, or you can shorten the learning curve. We all have choices. We have options on where we put our attention, how we accomplish our goals. So let me ask you this. How soon do you want to be on a TEDx stage? Kelly, yeah, sorry, me. I love that. So, you know you have a powerful message. You impact the world with your work, one client, one product, one action at a time. You know this, but how do you communicate it and find resonance? How do you move forward with this? Establish the credibility you need to make an impact. You need a path to clarify and put this clarity into action. TEDx speakers are not unique now, like Angela, like right now. TEDx speakers are not uniquely talented. They are intentional. And intentional means that they put the effort in what really matters. It's all about clarity and strategy. So now what? You have your 5 steps. Now you can go and land at TEDx, or you can get some help. Save a lot of time and create an application that will land you at TEDx stage. That's exactly what I've planned for you, because you, the ideapreneur, need to get your idea into the world right now. Reginald, that is more likely 2018. Then you need to start right now. So let me tell you what this looks like. I've put together this program that I've been running for the last year and a half based on the lessons I've learned working with prospects and selected speakers in the last 2 years. I worked with these speakers and I've learned what works and what doesn't work, and I've put it all together so that you don't have to make the same mistakes as many of the prospect speakers we see through the application process. I've broken down the process of clarifying, writing, and pitching so that it is not only doable and easy, it is actually a lot of fun. Trust me, with me, we always have fun. I'm actually going to put some music in a minute. Where was I? So in this program together, we will clarify your idea. We will validate it, post it in a way that is new and unique. Again, there are very few new ideas out there, but you are unique. And how do we match your unique perspective with your idea? That's the kind of work that we do. I will teach you the elements of a successful talk. We will find the stories, the supporting actors that will help your idea, the main character. You will write your talk. You will get ready for the stage. We will also create the elements, abstract, title, bio you need to successfully pitch your talk to curating teams, producers, and organizers. Hey, it might even shift the copy on your website and become the outline for your next book. I've seen it happen. I actually, by the way, on that tone, I had a client who gave a talk on November 2015. That talk led to a book abstract. That book proposal was just approved by a publisher for a contract. Ready? Drum roll. $1.4 million book contract. I'm like, wow. When he sent me that, I was like, I don't know what, I didn't know what to say. But anyway, that is also a possibility. I've seen it happen for my clients. We will also explore the role and the use of humor and stage presence, and how do you create rapport with your audience. This is the work that I do with my clients, and it not only helps them land and deliver TEDx, it affects how they show up in the world, how they communicate their value proposition, how they play a bigger game. But don't take my word for it.
Dolores is the one who helped me get clear on Activate Your Greatness. She was able to see, in helping me with my TED Talk, she was able to see the real essence of what I do. And I'm incredibly grateful. Thank you, Dolores.
I helped her with her talk a couple of years ago, and since then, she has evolved, she has launched a new brand, and she's spreading her wings more than ever. I also want to put here, I pasted some of the Facebook things that I get online, and Ashvini is the woman I was talking about that when, oh, you were there, Reginald? Really? That's awesome. So Ashvini was the person I was telling you that she kept getting no's and was very frustrated. And then she got a yes, and she delivered a beautiful talk. And you can see the post there. And then the Kana and Mal were talking about some of the work that we do together. This process is very interactive, and I support my clients all the way. So this program is not for everyone. This program is only for those people who are ready to take their message to the next level. They want to land a TEDx stage in the next 12 months. And I will address the timing conversation in a minute, because Angela, you might want to be on a stage right now, but it might not be possible, because to find the right stage, the good production, you want to plan a little bit ahead in advance, a little bit in advance. This is for people who have published or are about to publish a book and want to start promoting their message. People who want awareness, people who want follow, people who want to bring this conversation to a larger audience. But also, this program is for people who are ready to have fun, play big, challenge themselves, stretch, and grow. This program is for those who are not afraid to dig deep and explore within, who are ready to learn and be vulnerable on stage. It's for those who are courageous enough to take action and begin the next stage of growth. If this is you, then say, that's me. I know, Angela, I'm messing with you. So I was just working with a woman this morning, one of my clients. She is part of the Harvard Launch Lab. So her startup has been selected for the Harvard Launch Lab, and she's like in the middle of a crazy moment. But the work that we're doing in preparing her talk, I was just working with her. We were typing, we do Google Docs, and I was typing and she was watching me type. And I was just simply translating what she was saying into a simpler, deeper, more meaningful way. And I looked up and she was just crying. And I said, what's wrong? And she said, you just translated the emotional connection that I have with my idea. Because she had been talking about her idea from a very head space, from an intellectual space. And one of the things I say all the time is part of the job and part of my work is connecting your heart with your head. In order to rock a TEDx stage, but also to rock your idea in the world, to rock your message out there, you have to have a good balance of your head, your intellectual capacity, but also your heart. And that's what we do. So let me tell you what this looks like. As I mentioned earlier today, this is actually the last time I'm offering this program. The shopping cart will be open for 2 days, 48 hours beyond today. And this is the last time I'm offering it. I am taking off $600 because I want you guys to have access to my knowledge, to my experience, to all the mistakes that all my speakers who apply to speak at my event make, so that you can be on a TEDx stage within the next 9 or 12 months. I also, let me tell you a little bit of how we accomplished this in such together. So, we accomplished so much in 3 months. The program is designed to be completed in as little as 8 weeks, but I support you in the process for a whole 3 months, 12 weeks. Imagine that in less than 90 days, you can start applying to speak at a TEDx event around the world. Here are some of the hows and the features of the program. We meet in group coaching calls 6 times during the 12 weeks, every other week, so that you can be supported and mastermind with fellow speakers, learning from each other and getting coaching from me on live Q&A calls. And Pamela, you've been in some of those calls. We have private online Facebook group where you can post your ideas, and as you work on your talk, we can help you with feedback there. And you also have I break down the content so that you are doing work on your own in preparation for our calls and moving forward all along. And, I almost forgot. Here are other ways that I support you. There's some bonuses that will make this the time for you to grow your wings. And actually, this is the time for you to grow your wings because I'm never going to offer this again. So if you've been in these webinars before and thought about, maybe I should join this, now is the time. And so there's a couple of things I want to offer. The first 5 people, and Jessica, please paste the link for the program on the chat. But the first 5 people to register on this program right now will get also a private session with me. Jessica will be posting the link to the program in just a second. I also give you unlimited email support and a special invitation to my live events. The next live event will happen here in Massachusetts the first or second week of September. So for those who join right now, the first 5 will get a private 30-minute session with me. But this is the time. If not now, then when? If not you, then who? You now decide to move forward with this dream of yours. There is nothing to lose. My programs are 100% guarantee. If I'm not adding value to you within the first 2 weeks, I'll refund your investment. No questions asked. There is nothing to lose except the opportunity to save some money, maybe qualify to get that 30 minutes with me right away, and make this dream come true for you, your business, your idea, and the work that you're called to do. This program begins right away, and our group calls are on the first and third Thursday of the month, so the next group call will actually be 7 days from today. All calls are recorded in case you don't attend in person. Click on the link that Jessica just pasted on the chat and commit to sharing your ideas with the world. Trust me, I will hold your hand through the whole process from that moment on. So now I'm going to stop the screen sharing and I'm going to start answering some questions. Who's ready for questions? There we go. Turn this back in a minute. There you are. I am back. How are you guys? How is it going? So we have tons of stuff here that I want to answer. So Jody, I want to talk about my question that needs to be asked. Have you had a fabulous massage? What made it wonderful? Have you had a massage? What made it yucky? Okay, so Jody, in the case of TEDx, here I want you to elevate that conversation and think bigger is, why do people get massages? Right? I know that you go after, I know your business is associated with the experience, with teaching people to have a great experience with massage, but I'm curious about, why do people get massages? I get massages, but that is a question. And so if you use the 2 actions, so that outcome for you, Jody, is that to create aroma for an incredible experience, a massage experience, so that people can reconnect with their body through the hands of an expert therapist. I'm making it up. See how that lands. But that's the kind of work we would do. So, questions. Start typing your questions. Here are some of the questions I tend to get all the time. I'm gonna see who's here, because some of you posted questions on the when you registered. So I think Wendy, you said, let me see if you have it here. Wendy, you said, I can't find the paper. Wendy, and we have Brett. So here's some of the questions. Let's talk about timing. How soon do you need to be working on your talk, on the application process? So if you were to start working on your talk right now, let's say that you will be ready to apply in about 6 to 8 weeks. So that will bring you to maybe mid to end of August. And you will be looking to apply to events that will happen in probably December, January, February. Because here's the thing. Here's what nobody tells you. There's a lot of TEDx events around the world, lots of them. Some are really small, some are really big. The difference is that some people, like me, I have a license to host a large event because I'm a seasoned organizer. So my events can have thousands of people. Most TEDx organizers, especially new TEDx organizers, are, bye, Jacqueline, you can go. Most TEDx organizers that are new can only host 100 people in their audience. So when you look for applying to a TEDx, you want to look for events that are a really good production, that they've done it before, and typically those events close their application process 2 or 3 months before the event happens. And so that's kind of, you at least need 6 months from today, from the day that you say, I'm going to start working on this, to being on a stage, we'll have at least 6 months. Where do you find out about the TEDx opportunities? Great question, because we have a gift about that. Now, that is a brilliant question, Anita, and this is what I'm going to answer. I teach how to find them. They're really hard to find. There's a couple of reasons why they're really hard to find. One is because all TEDx organizers are volunteers. So sometimes we're not very organized and we don't post our stuff on time, or we kind of hide it somewhere. There is a place in TED.com where you can kind of find where events are happening, but from there to finding the application is very hard. So as a gift to being on this webinar, at the end of the webinar, Jessica's going to post a spreadsheet that I prepare every single month with open application places. And that service I provide to my clients every single month. So they get the fresh list of where to apply at all times. Yes, Jody. So that probably TEDx Tyson is probably what's called a basic or first time license. And that's why they would only host 100 people. And the thing is that if you want a really good, here's the thing. If you're talking at a TEDx event, you want to be have a really good video production, because here's the thing, you're doing it for free. Sometimes you're traveling at your own expense. You're investing in yourself time and energy to get ready. And so the payback for you, the speaker, is a rock solid, incredible quality video. And so that's why you're looking for events that have happened before. Yeah, Jody, that makes sense. It was the first year. So, here's another question. Like, I'm going to answer a basic question. How long can you speak on a TEDx stage? Who has that answer? Type it on the chat if you know the answer to that. Let's see who knows this answer. Let's see. Does anybody know, how long can you speak? Well, there you go. How long should the TEDx talk be if we're working on it? Okay, guys. Who knows the answer to that? This is, there, Sarah, thank you. 18 minutes. Actually, I coach my clients to be 17 minutes, 16 to 17 minutes, because if it's anything over 18 minutes, they will kick you out. Well, I tell my speakers, I'm not going to come in and kick you out of stage, but you might have a problem when the talk goes live. Reginald, 13 minutes. It's actually 18 minutes, so you would plan for 17 minutes. Now, here's the thing. Some organizers are, when you do the application, they say, how long is your talk? And they ask if there's an 18-minute, 16-minute, 10-minute, or 5-minute. Why? Because sometimes organizers will put a mix of length of talks on the stage, just to kind of have a mixed pace throughout the day and throughout the event. Okay, next question. Who has another question? I have a few cheat sheet questions here if you guys are not having any questions. What's the difference between TED and TEDx? TED are events that are organized by the mothership, by TED, who is the ruling organization who started this whole thing. TEDx, as I said before, are organized by independent organizers, regular people like you and I, who apply to have a license, and they're responsible for filling the contract in the license to making sure that you respect the rules of the licensing. So getting on a TEDx stage can be a path to the main TED stage. It can be. That actually was the process that Brené Brown took. That was the process Simon Sinek did. Both of them were found through a TEDx stage. Now that TEDx has become so popular, there's so many of them around the world, that process is a little bit harder because there's so many great speakers coming from TEDx. But it definitely is one of the processes. Another question I always get, I was still thinking about something, now I forgot. Do all TEDx videotape their speakers? Yes. We as license holders have a responsibility. It's part of our requirements to tape the people who speak at our events. What else? Any other question, guys? What else can I answer right now? We have about at most 10 more minutes. And I can't wait to start working with those that already signed up. I can see it on my emails. And I still have, I think, one or two spots for the private bonus meeting with me. Anita, are all TEDx talks live? Yes, so they all happen on a live stage and they're recorded and put on the internet, if that's what you mean. Yes. Sometimes, and you've seen it on TED, like the Pope gave a TED talk and he recorded it from the Vatican and then they put it on the main stage. So there's things like that. But short of that, they're usually live. Does TED own the videos? What rights to them do you have, or can you hire your own video crew? Really good question, Sarah. Yes, TED owns they actually copyright free. So TED owns the video. They can spread it all over the platform, but you do too. So everybody owns their videos. They're like public, what do you call it? Common Creative Commons, under Creative Commons, public Creative Commons. And I've never had that question, Sarah, of can you hire your own video crew? Here's the thing. If you are applying and getting selected to a really good TEDx, then you don't need to hire your own video crew. Remember that it's like 16 or 15 or 10 speakers that will speak on the same event. So that could be, you could negotiate that maybe. But that's an interesting question. Reginald, I'm not going to remind you, I want to be able to take full advantage of all the resources. Okay. Is there a fee to be on the TEDx stage? Absolutely not. If you ever get an organizer that say, you need to pay to get on a TEDx stage, then run away fast, because they're out of integrity and they're not, following the rules of the license. Nobody pays to be on a TEDx stage, but because it's such a competitive space, it pays to be prepared, if that makes any sense. Any other question? Jessica, do you see any other question I should be answering? Is there a fee to be on the TEDx stage? No, I just answered that. Anything else you guys want to hear? So here's the thing for anybody who is hesitant about working on the group format. I do work privately with my clients. And I'll answer that in a minute. I do work privately with my clients, so if you're interested in working with me one-on-one, Jessica's going to post that link also in the chat. What is the distribution you don't know? So I guess you refer to the video distribution. Yes, so they posted in a TEDx YouTube channel, and you can actually download it from there and put it on your website. On your social media, you have full access to your video. You can do with it whatever you want. So yeah, so it's mostly online. Jessica, you got that? Post the private. It's coming up on the chat. I think there's like a couple of minutes delay. Jody, did I help you with that clarity of your talk? And let's see who else is here. Ava, Wendy, Rebecca, Ari, do you guys have any questions I can help you with? Ari, I know you and I have spoken, and we can continue our conversation. Karen, Catherine, Jess, any questions? Any questions you would like? Awesome, Jody. And Jody, I want to work with you privately, so look at that link because you are ready, my friend. And merging your book with your talk is my unique brilliance, so come on board, sister. Anita, you are very, very welcome. We will begin to wrap up. Awesome. Thank you, Nicole. Yeah, we probably will have a private meeting. I can't wait to go through my emails and see who is coming on board. Remember, this is the last time. Awesome, Jody. And then we can take it from there. This is the last time I'm offering this program, guys. Why? Because this is all shifting, and this is the last time I'm offering it at this price and in this format. So even if you're not ready to apply it right now, take advantage of it right now, and then we can take it from there. Reginald, please send me a message. Awesome. Oh, yes, I'm so excited, Nicole. Yes, Ingrid, it is recorded, so you'll get the recording afterwards. Oh my God, you guys made my day. I'm so happy for all the interaction, all the energy in this room. It's super exciting. This is actually my birthday gift. I like spending time with you, and I'm taking my week off next week to celebrate. As I said, for those who were late, next week I turn 45 on Tuesday, 20 years married on Wednesday, and my daughter is turning 16 on Friday. And for those that you don't know, I'm doing a surprise Sweet 16. And so she's going to either love me for or hate me for it. We'll see. I'll tell you later. Kat, do you recommend doing it to Yes and no. Here's the thing with speaking. This is a very different kind of speaking. I actually uncoach the worst clients I have are my speakers. Yep. Why? Because we need to unlearn some habits that they've incorporated, some stiffness that they might have on speaking. Because here's the thing about TEDx. It is the opportunity, probably one of the few stages out there that values more your authenticity and your natural way of showing up than anything else. So, Kat, anytime you have a chance to speak, yes, it will let you get more comfortable. But as long as it doesn't make you be or stand or perform in certain specific way, then it's a plus. If it forces you to a way that is not natural to you, then I wouldn't recommend it. Reginald, you're looking for the other link. There you go. Group coaching and private coaching. I think Reginald is looking for, okay. So you go to Jessica. So I am going to say goodbye. This is very muggy here in New England. I hope it rains, although I want to go to the beach. Kelly, oh, awesome. No, this is not part of the TEDx New York for application process. This is a program that I offer to everybody around the world to apply to any event in the world. Welcome to the TEDx application, and good luck with that. I actually do not select any of my clients for my event. I have a curating team. They do. So you're welcome to apply to TEDx New Bedford. But I am not, because of a conflict of interest, I don't get involved. I don't have a yes with my clients, just because I want to make sure that we keep those things separate. Anything else? How can I help you? 2 more minutes? Oh, I know how I can help you. I know exactly how I can help you. Are you dancing on your chair? So guys, I hope to see you in the next group call. If you sign up for the group call privately, you sign up privately. I am super excited about all of you looking to spread your wings. However you do it, just don't let anything stop you. Because you know why? Because the world needs your idea, and the world needs you to be unstoppable in creating the impact you want to see in the world. I'm going to take off. I'm going to begin my birthday week tonight. And send me a private message, Facebook, find me somewhere, and let's continue the conversation. You guys made my day. Have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful rest of your week. Bye-bye.